It sort of imply that just because she was in suits that was how she met Marcus Anderson in Canada. Prince Harry thought he had married the love of his life. Continues, and like I said, we saw Marcus Anderson popping up on her Instagram feed. Now people have asked me were they in a relationship, and I looked into that very, very deeply. But what if he was just another name on Meghan's Soho House guest list? From the very beginning it seems it was all planned. It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it. She claimed she wasn't interested in the royal family, but insiders suggest otherwise. One source close to her ex-husband even revealed she had a vision board, and Prince Harry's face stared back at her from it, glaring like a prophecy waiting to happen. It all started on a quiet night in Montego. Harry, curious and scrolling through old archives, stumbled onto something that would send his world spinning completely out of control. A single photograph, seemingly harmless at first glance, became a key that unlocked secrets he wasn't ready to face. Meghan Markle radiant and glowing on a sun-soaked yacht in the Mediterranean app with many people, and I couldn't see that Marcus Anderson would necessarily meet her, and I doubted that she would have the cash to be at the opening night party. But these were just all my own ideas, and I couldn't really prove anything, but it niggled at me. But Harry's eyes weren't on her dazzling smile. They kept returning to one tiny yet explosive detail. A navy blue canvas bag, stamped in gold letters with the unmistakable Soho House logo. A silent sign of the hidden world she moved in. Insiders say Harry zoomed in repeatedly, hands trembling, thoughts raced. What was Meghan doing there? Bored, which proves, and let me use that word again, which proves she was on a manhunt, not just for a famous Brit, not just for a British royal, but for Prince Harry himself. Before they had even met, that yacht wasn't just a leisure trip. It was an elite members-only event. A world where influence and power mixed freely, and exclusivity ruled like a quiet kingdom. The scariest part, it wasn't just the photo. It was the implications. Meghan had already infiltrated circles Harry believed she could only access through him. His perfect fairy tale suddenly came with a hidden puppeteer pulling the strings behind the velvet curtains. That puppeteer, insiders say, was Marcus Anderson, a charming, well-connected executive at Soho House, Toronto. Marcus wasn't just a friend, he was the friend. Meghan's confidant and fixer, the man insiders claim orchestrated the paths that brought her to the right people at the right time, arranging encounters that changed her life forever. Fairy tales don't come with receipts, one commentator remarked. And Marcus might have been the proof. Reports suggest he quietly unlocked doors, secured memberships, and subtly elevated Meghan from TV actress to global headline, setting the stage for a royal encounter that would stun the world. To the public, Marcus seemed like a loyal guest at Harry and Meghan's royal wedding. Behind closed doors, though, he symbolized everything carefully orchestrated about Meghan's rise. Even years before Harry and Meghan's so-called blind date, Marcus was quietly positioning Meghan within the orbit of the British elite, the very circles that could one day intersect with royalty itself. As Harry pieced together timelines, the coincidences began to feel deliberate. Too many names, too many events, too many familiar faces. The truth hit like a thunderbolt. Maybe Meghan hadn't stumbled into his world at all. Maybe she had been guided there from the start. That first photo that broke Harry wasn't a one-off, it was a clue. The deeper he dug, the more he found. Snapshots of Meghan laughing on Barcelona rooftops, rubbing elbows with businessmen in Istanbul, attending charity galas that suspiciously overlapped with his own events. Each image was a breadcrumb, leading to a picture of a life Harry thought he had introduced her to, but perhaps hadn't. Fans online connected the dots faster than any tabloid ever could. Reddit threads mapped her Soho House appearances alongside Harry's known locations. The overlap wasn't coincidence, it was choreography. One viral post bluntly declared she was rehearsing for it. This wasn't idle speculation. The Toronto opening night party of Soho House, the ultimate playground of global power players, was packed with influencers, celebrities, and financiers. Meghan was there years before she met Harry, smiling alongside the very people who would later show up at royal fundraisers and charity events. Insiders whispered that Harry once believed he had introduced Meghan to this elite world. Now, it seemed she had already mastered it. The love story that once felt spontaneous now read like a carefully calculated climb. Each connection, a rung on a ladder meticulously built for a royal encounter. Harry's curiosity quickly became obsession. Palace insiders say nights were spent locked in his home office. Walls plastered with printed photos, red lines connecting names, events, and guest lists. Staff murmured that he was unraveling, tracing every encounter, every introduction, every whispered connection. He asked invasive questions. Who had Meghan met in Los Angeles before 2016? Who had introduced her to high-profile donors? Every trail seemed to lead to the same name, Marcus Anderson. Reports suggested Harry was haunted by an old voicemail from his brother, William, ignored at the time. Palace security had flagged Marcus years ago as a social strategist, someone known for placing ambitious women into elite networks. William had urged caution. Harry had dismissed it as jealousy. Now, with new context, the warning landed like a delayed explosion. A gnawing reminder that he had missed it all. As the revelations leaked, the media frenzy erupted. Tabloids ran merciless headlines. Was Harry chosen, not chased? Photos of Meghan at Soho House events and later at royal functions circulated like evidence in a public trial. Commentators compared Harry's story to old Hollywood, where fixers paired starlets with moguls for power and influence. Behind the glitz, one chilling question lingered. Was Meghan's marriage to Harry the ultimate networking move? Hollywood insiders whispered about the so-called handler culture, a shadowy network where people like Marcus Anderson orchestrated introductions, ensured exposure, and quietly built power ladders for those deemed promising. Meghan's meteoric rise fit the pattern too neatly to be coincidence, insiders claimed, and it left observers murmuring in disbelief. Meanwhile, Harry's own behavior fueled the fire. Was he just connecting the dots or starting to lose his grip? Friends described him pacing endlessly, muttering about photos, timelines, and names, but some insisted he wasn't paranoid. He was finally waking up to the truth, hiding in plain sight. The real bombshell came when Harry began digging into finances. How had Meghan afforded such a lavish lifestyle before him? Her TV salary, though respectable, didn't come close to explaining the international travel, designer wardrobes, and elite memberships. A Toronto insider dropped a chilling claim. Meghan's Soho House memberships weren't paid by her. They were covered through corporate accounts managed by Marcus Anderson. This wasn't generosity, it was an investment in her rise. A viral TikTok broke it down in cold, hard numbers. A global Soho House membership alone cost over £1,500 a year. Add luxury travel, exclusive event invites, and wardrobes worth tens of thousands, and the lifestyle price tag hovered near €80,000 annually, far beyond what her earnings could cover. The narrative shifted from mere ambition to something far more calculated. One caption summed it up brutally. You don't climb that fast without someone holding the ladder steady. One sleepless night, Harry re-examined the wedding guest list. The discovery left him frozen. Out of 200 guests on Meghan's side, more than 60 had ties to Soho House. Executives, founders, members, all comfortably placed among family and friends who trusted her at face value. To Harry, the reality hit hard. His wedding, once a symbol of love conquering all, now looked like a coronation of a network, a summit of the people who had built her path to him. Photos resurfaced online. Marcus Anderson raising a toast at the royal reception, seated among industry figures who had long known Meghan. Fans commented, it wasn't a wedding. It was Harry's graduation ceremony. The message was brutal. The fairy tale Harry had believed in now felt like a cold corporate deal sealed with vows. The confrontation came quietly in their kitchen. After days of tense silence, Harry asked what he could no longer ignore. Are you still in contact with Marcus Anderson? Witnesses said Meghan froze, warmth draining from her face. He's my friend, she said flatly. Of course, I talk to him occasionally. It wasn't her words that crushed Harry. It was her tone, cold, detached, calculated. The silence that followed spoke louder than any denial could. Reports described Harry standing motionless, eyes locked on her, realizing in real time that the fairy tale he believed in was gone. Online, fans dubbed it the Montecito standoff, and memes spread like wildfire when she refused to deny it. "That's your answer," one viral tweet read to the public. It became the moment the prince turned detective and discovered he was unraveling his own heartbreak. After that night, everything changed. Staff said Harry began interrogating Meghan's schedule, demanding names of everyone she met. He reportedly checked her phone, discovering encrypted apps she refused to explain. Meghan called it paranoia, but to Harry, it was pattern recognition. The same faces kept appearing in her orbit. The same elite names from Soho house parties a decade earlier now popped up in Hollywood meetings, brand negotiations, and private galas. Each encounter felt meticulously orchestrated. Public opinion split. Some pied him, seeing a man unraveling from betrayal. Others mocked him as the prince who finally realized the love story came with a business plan. A viral post summed it up perfectly. When your fairy tale turns into a LinkedIn strategy, yet behind the memes, one truth lingered. Harry wasn't just losing his wife's trust, he was losing his grip on reality. By autumn, insiders described him as haunted. He reportedly referred to Marcus Anderson as the shadow in the room, convinced every introduction, every meeting, every photo tied back to him. Publicists whispered that Meghan had become a brand risk. Studios, once eager collaborators, reportedly grew cautious. Even Netflix and Spotify watched her public sentiment, worried the narrative of manipulation might damage partnerships. Across the Atlantic, royal commentators drew eerie historical parallels. Princes manipulated, queens misunderstood, and empires built on illusion. William's warning wasn't jealousy, it was prophecy, one columnist argued. For Harry, the choice was devastating. Admit his family was right, or live with the suspicion that his marriage had been a masterpiece of social strategy. In the quiet halls of Montecito, the prince, who once dreamed of love, now paced alone, trapped between heartbreak and awakening. If Marcus Anderson still answers Meghan's calls, the story isn't over. It's just waiting for the next chapter. Was Harry the player, or was he always the prize? One thing is certain. In the world of private clubs, hidden handlers, and royal ambitions, love stories aren't written with heart alone. They're drafted in access lists, carefully curated connections, and deals far from public view. If you found this shocking, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. What do you think? Was Harry played, or was he always part of